At any rate, I had my bathrobe and I was like this, and she talked to me and we talked to her, and she was very nice about it. And then all of a sudden, after 1 hour, she said, "Would you like to go to America?" Abay ka ko, sure, sure. Oo. Eh sa tuwa ko, tinanggal ko pa yung aking kwintas, anting-anting ko ito, iwanan ko naka-prepare dito. Palayasin na niyo ako, pumunta niyo ako sa Amerika. Sabi niya, there's a plane leaving at 6 o'clock. You can be in that plane. Ay thank you. And finally, at 2:30 in the afternoon, they brought me out of my room from the hospital, brought me to my house in a van. I never saw Manila, therefore. They gave me 30 minutes in my house to pack, to take a shower, put me back on the van, bring me to the airport, put me in a 747, and out of the Philippines. On that Monday, May 12, they gave me an arteriogram. At 1 o'clock that day, my Filipino doctor, cardiologist, Dr. Rolando Solis, came and said, Senator, he said, "I'm sorry, but you have to undergo a triple bypass." And so I finished my operation, and I was recuperating. And I cabled Mr. Marcos after my op, told him, "Operation has been successful, however, I developed a pericarditis. My doctors advised me 4 more weeks of convalescence. However, if you feel I should now return to my cell, I shall immediately take the first plane to go back to my cell." A week later, the international press came out with the story. Mr. Marcos extends indefinitely the stay of Aquino in America. On the basis of that report, I wired Harvard University and I said, "I am now ready to accept the fellowship that you offered me." And Harvard University extended the invitation again to become a fellow at the Center for International Affairs. And that's the story.
So when we were in California for a month for his recuperation, every night and every day, Filipinos would be coming around. And I was telling can't you just forget about this for a while? And, this is the first time that we're able to have some kind of normalcy in our lives. Let's, just enjoy this. But of course, I guess once out of jail, he is again boss and he has to be just doing his thing and talking to all of these people.
But when I was convalescing, and I was receiving hundreds, thousands of letters from all over the world, America and the Philippines, Filipinos sending me $5 and $10 to help me in my hospitalization, sending me little money, token of money for my fellowship in Harvard. There was one underlying note in all of these letters. "We waited for you for 8 years. Will you now abandon us?"
That's why I really like Boston. During the first year, he was just so happy there. And in fact, he used to tell so many of our friends, "Oh, this is paradise." And I never dreamed I could go to Harvard. I refer to those as the 3 happiest years of my married life. He was also helping in the house, and he did a lot of driving. It was really delightful that finally we could say anything that we wanted, and that we were having a very peaceful life. He wanted to be where the action was.
He was determined to return, but not to lead any fight against Marcos, anything engaged in bloody matters. But he wanted just to have a chance to talk to Marcos and hopefully to convince him that now is the time to return to democracy.
And so I told my wife, much as we have found our peace and our freedom, I will have to return to combat. I woke up at 4 a.m. and said my prayers. Then I phoned Cory. She read to me some passages from the Bible. I spoke to my children one by one. I couldn't hold back my tears.
Then I wrote a letter for all of them. Dear Cory, in a few hours, I shall be embarking on an uncertain fate which may well be the end of a long struggle. I slept well last night for the first time since I left Boston. Maybe because I'm just plain tired, or maybe I'm just really at peace with myself at last. All the things I've told you may be said in one line. I love you. You stood by me in my most trying moments, and there were times I was very hard on you. Early on, I knew I wasn't meant to make money, so I won't be able to leave anything to the children. I did what I did best, which is public service. And I hope our people will understand in time my sacrifices. I realize I've been both stingy with my praise and appreciation for all your efforts. But though unsaid, you know that as far as I'm concerned, you are the best. That's why we have lasted this long. If all goes well, I should be back in my cell before sundown. I'll try to call you tonight if the authorities will allow me. Otherwise, just remember me in your dreams.
If I die, then I die, and there's only one to suffer. So long as you will continue the struggle and carry the torch, then I think we will have a better Philippines. Rather than have one carrying the torch, we'll have many. We should not depend on one man. We should depend on all of us. All of us are expendable in the cause for freedom. And therefore I say, stand up now and be a leader. And when all of us are leaders, we will expedite the cause of freedom.